Now let's dive deep into this big LGBTQ plus story for today. I'm Faye Watt, and let's queer up South Florida gay culture. Queer News Tonight celebrates 5 years and 10,000 video news stories in 2025. This year, Queer News Tonight marks 5 years, 10,000 stories, and 11 million views. This milestone is unique in the entire LGBTQ world. Queer News Tonight's first story was on Monday, January 6, 2020. The very first episode covered a mysterious virus from Wuhan, China. You know it now as COVID-19. The live daily evening news show broadcasts daily from that launch, all through pandemic, and celebrates the 5th anniversary today. We broadcast during pandemic in isolation, on set in isolation, and had a host hospitalized the day after Happening Out television network broadcasts. He died in intensive care 3 weeks later. Queer News Tonight has interviewed some of the world's most noted politicians, celebrities, and members of our LGBTQ plus community. Today, YouTube recognizes Queer News Tonight as one of the most popular LGBTQ plus streaming news shows in the world. vidIQ analytics confirm nearly 11 million views in YouTube alone, and the only daily live queer news show. The show is supported with more than 1,000 new subscribers every month. Nearly 500,000 viewers have watched this show in the past 90 days alone. Queer News Tonight was the inspiration of Al Ferguson. He was the anchor on Day One and Story One on the Wuhan virus. We thank you for supporting our mission to amplify queer voices and stories. Together, let's continue standing strong for our community and celebrating our shared progress. We plan to bring you the unfolding LGBTQ plus stories of 2025 as well. Wow, what a milestone. So I have been here at Queer News Tonight since October or November of 2020, right? So I wasn't here when it first started, but to see how much representation we have done, right? You know, mainstream TV news never covers what's important to our community, never covers what affects us, right? Here at Queer News Tonight and the Happening Out television network, they do just that. They cater to our community. They make sure that you've got the right education, so to speak, right? When it comes to politics, when it comes to everyday life, when it comes to your health, you get it all right here at the Happening Out television network. And I am beyond thrilled and honored to have been part of it for the last 3 years.
You know, knowledge is power. And if you don't have the knowledge, then you can't do anything with it. It's very important what this happens.
And it's an honor to be on the 5th anniversary show.
That's amazing.
You know,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's just nice to hear something good happened on a January 6th.
Yes.
You know?
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, 5 years later.
Think of that.
Yeah. So, you know.
Well, it's really interesting because I've been with Happening Out for a while, and I remember when we used to film this show in my restaurant.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think I have been on episodes in 4 different locations, you know, until we finally found a home here at Sunshine Cathedral. So, you know, if you talk about like the evolution of community, how we grow as a community, how the world continues to grow as a society, how we just continue to evolve. Life moves. We move. And so this kind of platform has been the way that it's evolved and how it's included all those pillars you were talking about. There's like 10,
11 now.
11
It's so true because, you know, I think about, you know, when I first started with the Gay Men's Course, which is about 3.5, 4 years ago. And, you know, Queer News Tonight was so important to me because, you know, at the beginning, we didn't have the budget that we have today. So it was getting the word out the best way we could. And, you know, Al kind of, you know, met with us and just, you know, said, let's just use this platform to get the word out there. And you guys have been so gracious with us. You know, it's just been a pleasure just, you know, helping to be an anchor for the last year. So it's a good positive thing that we're doing for our community.
Yeah.
Just really
And it's
putting
been
a
good for us
important
individually
story.
as well. I mean, I've met so many people that are in our community
Right.
that I knew of.
I never knew Chef Josie before. Until
How
we
could you
sat-
not know Chef Josie? I'm blown away
heard
by
of
that.
her, but I've never met her. But
Yeah.
this is the place where you go and you actually meet great people like this. So
Yeah, no, I've got to say that too, right? Some of my best friends sit at this table. You know, some of my best friends you get to hear stories from on a daily basis, you know, and that right there is a blessing. And you also mentioned the Gay Men's Chorus, right? We've been able to work with so many incredible nonprofits that maybe didn't also have that kind of money to go, you know, to go promote on in other avenues, and they were able to do that here.
Us too. I mean, the thing is that you couldn't possibly have enough budget in any nonprofit that exists in South Florida Florida, especially after the governor's cuts, to be
Yes.
able to reach the market that you need to reach. It's impossible. So
Right.
every opportunity, something like this is really very, very important.
Yeah.
Critical.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much to Hotspots Happening Out for all you've done. And, you know, the Faye What Show is on your network. And you know, that is kind
Here's
of
to the
important.
future.
It's kind of important to me.
Yeah.
So here's to 5 years. And I hope that there's a million more years. Happy anniversary, Hotspots Happening Out. So that is a big LGBTQ story for today. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by subscribing and sharing Queer News Tonight.